Good Thursday to everyone out there. Another fairly mild to warm and lots of sunshine as we go through your Thursday. 70 degrees by 9 a.m., 80 as you take your lunch break, and then topping out in the mid-80s as we get into the afternoon. Futurecast keeping us dry as we go through the day today. Temperatures generally in the mid-80s in the Tupelo region. Once you get the Golden Triangle, maybe one or two upper 80s on the board, but most spots in the mid-80s, mainly mid-80s in West Alabama as well. Futurecast keeps us dry today and tomorrow, but we do get some tropical moisture moving in. We've got that front approaching and ultimately could see some impacts from a tropical system developing in the southwest Caribbean as we get into the weekend and into the start of next week. So let's take a closer look at what is likely to become Tropical Storm Nate. Right now, tropical depression in the southwestern Caribbean. You see those showers and thunderstorms associated with that on the satellite. The forecast for this system is for it to become a tropical storm a little bit later on today. And you notice by late Friday night, early Saturday morning, moving into the Gulf of Mexico. This is the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. And then the track, that forecast cone, I should say, includes portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And again, don't want you to focus on the center of this cone. Anywhere within that cone is where the Hurricane Center thinks the best chance for a landfall of this system would be. But do notice that our viewing area is included in the cone further inland, so because of that, we could see some heavier rain at times if this thing does track the way that the Hurricane Center does think it will track. But of course, there's a lot of moving parts to this forecast, and this cone is subject to change, so you need to keep up with the forecast as we go through the next few days. So here's the deal. I want to take you a little bit inside the forecast. The track of Nate is going to depend highly on that high pressure you see off to the east of Florida. If that's a weaker high pressure, that ridge isn't as strong, this is likely to take a more easterly track towards the Panhandle, Florida, or maybe Alabama. But if it's a stronger ridge of high pressure, and some of the models are indicating it might be a bit stronger than maybe initially anticipated yesterday, then the track would be further west towards Mississippi and Louisiana. So we want that ridge of high pressure to be weaker and this thing to stay east of us. But again, no guarantees at this point. Right now the indications are it might be the track is shifting a bit to the west, and that ridge might be a bit stronger than initially anticipated yesterday. So make sure that you keep an eye on the forecast as we go through the next few days. The bad news is the Gulf is fairly warm. There isn't much wind shear, so this thing is going to have some time to continue to develop into a tropical storm, maybe a weak hurricane by landfall. So here's how the next 7 days are going to work out in our neck of the woods. And again, you see I have bumped those rain chances as we get into the weekend and into the start of next week, as we do anticipate some showers associated with that system. Still a little too early to get too specific on impacts with Nate in our neck of the woods. Again, a lot of things can change, so you want to keep an eye on this forecast as we go through the next few days. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson will have the latest on your forecast and the latest updates on what is likely to become Tropical Storm Nate coming up later on tonight on WCBI News at 5.